Hello everyone, it's Davina here, and to inspire you today, I'm going to be telling you how 2022 has been for me so far. So December 31st, our head pastor of Daystar Christian Center, that is Pastor Samademi, told us the theme of the year. So we have themes for each year. 2020 was the theme of rest, and I'm sure you guys can say that it really was a year where we were forced to rest because of the unexpected COVID-19 pandemic. I used air quotes because it wasn't unexpected to God. Then 2021 was of new beginnings, and now this year, our theme in Daystar is trust in God. And when I heard that theme, I was like, preach on. Why? Because 2021, I don't think I really trusted because I worried a lot. And when people worry, it means they don't trust. It means they're leaning on their own understanding. It means they're viewing things from their own perspective and they're not seeing the bigger picture, or they're not trying to see God's perspective. So I told myself, Davina, this year, you have to trust. You have to just trust. So that okay. So I started the year waking up by 3 p.m. I got down and I saw family friends that came to greet us for the new year. And to cut a long story short, I ended up watching a movie with them till around 6 o'clock. My family and I agreed that we would go to start of the new year and watch a movie in the cinema. So that was by 7. So I was like, okay, the movie by 7. I will get home before 9 and I will start achieving some things for the year. So we went there. We found out that the movie had been sold out. There was no space. So I was like, okay, let's just watch somewhere else. So we went somewhere else. But the movie was by 9:35. So I literally had to wait for over 2 hours before we could watch the next showing. So a part of me was like, okay, definitely you can use these 2 hours productively. You can start achieving things for the year. But I didn't have any hotspots. So I connected to my dad's hotspot, finally. And I don't even understand what happened. I ended up clicking on Instagram and I was like scrolling through for like 10 to 15 minutes. Then I finally went to where my holiday assignment was and I was trying to solve until my dad was like, Tolu, my phone is about to die. I have to put off my hotspot. And I was like, why? Because it meant that I wasted 10 to 15 minutes that I could have used productively. So I was like, okay. So we went to watch the movie. We finished before 11:30 and I got home by 11:30. And I started to feel bad. I started to worry. I started to panic. Why? Because that whole day was basically of no use. I didn't do anything productive. All I did was watch films. And I don't think that is that productive. So I started to panic. I started to feel bad. But then I was like, okay, let me just read my devotional. And guess what? So the devotional I use is, let me show you here, Joyce Meyer's The Confident Woman devotional. It's not mine, it's for my mom, but I took it. And I think it's the best thing that happened to me last year. So the devotional, the topic for January 1st is Jesus came. And I'm like, let me just see where this goes. But it was a timely word for me. So I'm going to read for you all that were as worried about the things I've not achieved when you are not supposed to worry. So the key verse is Matthew 14:25 to 27. And it says, in the fourth watch, between 3 to 6 a.m. of the night, Jesus came to them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were terrified and said, it's a ghost. And they screamed out with fright. But instantly he spoke to them, saying, take courage. I am. Stop being afraid. Now this is the main devotional. As was true of the 12 disciples, you are full of capabilities, gifts, and talents. God's enablement of his grace and presence is with you. So what are you doing with your life? Are you like the 11 disciples who stayed in the boat? Or are you like Peter, who when Jesus was passing by said, Lord, I want to walk on the water with you? Do you have a vision for your life and want to do something greater than what you're going to do? Than what you're doing? Are you going to just sit in the boat and shake and quake and watch the rest of the world go by? Or will you be one of those rare individuals who jumps out of the boat and refuses to live afraid? It's up to you what you're going to do with your life. Fear is always going to come against you. But listen to Jesus' words. Take courage. I am. Stop being afraid. It's time to step out and do the thing you desire to do. And the prayer here is, Lord, and you can say it with me, Lord, I praise you that you come to me and extend your presence and your helping hand. Like Peter, I want to be a water walker. Amen. And what this meant to me and how timely it was that it just made me realize that, Davina, for you to trust in God, you can't be staying inside the boat and letting the world go by. You can't live in fear. You have to be courageous. You have to be brave. And I was thinking then, and a part of me was like, what wasn't a part of Peter afraid when he stepped out of that boat? A part of him was like, what if not? But he had to control his mind and he had to push that thought away and realize that Jesus is in front of me. There's no way that he wouldn't catch me. There's no way that he wouldn't stretch out his hand to help me. And Peter was walking on water. So yes, don't let 2022 be the year you let fear stop you. Don't let fear be in the driver's seat. And realize that courage, like Franklin D. Roosevelt says, let me get the exact thing he said so I don't quote him wrong. He says, courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the assessment that something else is more important than fear. Meaning that whatever you want, you have to realize that it is more important than fear. And Nelson Mandela says that I learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. So basically, let this year be the year that you will not let fear be in the driver's seat, but you step out of that boat and face the world head on with God right beside you. And let Jeremiah 17 verse 7 to 8 be your watchword for this year. It certainly is mine for this year. So join me and let us be trees planted by the riverside that will not let our environment affect our productivity and our fruitfulness. And I hope you are inspired by my panic attack and what I learned from it. Thank you. And don't forget to subscribe and share this to someone that you think needs this kind of inspiration in their life. Thank you and bye.